Hey guys, Kyle here from Kickstart Automation. Hope you can see me okay and my webcam's working. So if you got Infusionsoft or you don't have Infusionsoft and let's say you have Infusionsoft. In this scenario, you got Infusionsoft and you got some crazy campaign ideas that you have and you want to get them built, but you don't know how to get started and they had to be done yesterday. So here's a case study. Simply put, this is a campaign that I've built for a client, and they said it was okay for us to use them as an example to show, what's going on, how we built a campaign here for them, and how it's working. So right now, this case study is a campaign that we built that is still ongoing, that is being used. So we're looking at live metrics that are in the middle of the campaign. And I wanted to show you how we built this campaign, kind of the problems, or not problems, but the goals of the campaign. Let's say that, the goals, and how we put this campaign at Kickstart Automation, how we built this for them, and now they're using it on a day-to-day basis for their outgoing webinar that they're doing. So a little background behind the client is they are a company based in Vancouver, and they do mapping for architects, and they have a product that they just launched in Vancouver and across BC that is a tripod with a laser on the top of it that will go through homes, that will take a laser blueprint of the home, and a technician the next day will then provide the architect with actual blueprints. It's a great product and a service for those architects that are working with old buildings that there's no blueprints and they need to get new ones done up fast. So that's what AeroGeo does, is they have the services to do digital mapping, both for mapping like you're seeing here, like a satellite view, and they just came out with also a laser that will go inside the building and actually work inside and build the blueprint. So the marketing campaign here was to bring in new clients, because this new technology that they have to now actually start bringing in business. So what we did is we thought of a webinar that is going to happen. There's going to be 2 dates. The webinar is going to be the same on both days, but we're going to get a list of 1,700 architects in the city, and we're going to call them and we're going to try and get them to register for the webinar. So that's what we did. We put together a dashboard first. We put together a dashboard of kind of what the metrics that we're looking to look at. So at the beginning of this, contacts that are needed to be contacted, this was a big number when we first started, because that was a list that we tagged all the contacts on that list that had to be called. And after we called them, a certain action would happen. They were either pending to register for a webinar. These are the people that actually said yes to the webinar, register me. Or people that requested to know about future dates. They said no to the webinar, or we put them 736. The big number is a lot of people. We did this at the end of August, so probably wasn't the best time to make calls because a lot of people weren't at their office. So a lot of 736 are in a sequence where we're emailing them to see if they're interested in signing up for that webinar, because when we did the first call, they weren't there. Excuse me. So those are that's the dashboard. So he's using, so every day now he's clicking on this number here, and this is all the new contacts that he needs, like on his call list, to then call through. And when he is talking to them, he brings up this custom form that we built for him, and it's called the phone webinar registration form. And it's kind of his like call. It's got a script. So he has the number here. He starts dialing. This is his call script here. And then depending on what the action is, he clicks on one of these buttons depending on, yes, for the webinar. It's August 29th right now, so the webinar is coming up. So these are the kind of the actions. When he clicks on one of these buttons and hits saves, this is when the automation takes effect based on these choose your own adventure points here. So we put this on the front end, the dashboard, and based on what happens here in the radio buttons, we'll then take this contact from the top, like in the top of the funnel that we built, that first to contact, we will remove them from that number up at the top here, and we'll take this contact, remove one from here because we just called them, and then into one of these other scenarios that they're maybe not interested, said no to webinar, and they'll go into one of these. So to actually show you the campaign that we built for him, I'll show you that as well, to show you all that automation in action. So in total, there's, like I said, 1,743 contacts in total. So this is the webinar campaign that we built. And I don't want to show you anything that mess you up or anything like that, but I just wanted to show you kind of how the work that we put in to build this. So a lot of the contacts were in here, and then they flowed throughout, and they went through the funnel. So right now, this is the amount of people that are timed up waiting for the webinar, and the people that were either see, here's email reminder. So there's a lot of people that we called, they weren't there, and we put them in this email reminder sequence to try and get a hold of the people that are still checking their email to then click to sign up for the webinar. So right now, since this campaign has actually gotten started, while he's been calling these, he's actually gotten 2 deals out of it, and he's got a little over almost 40 people. Well, that's 30. That's 33 or 36. Sorry, my math is poor. 36 people that are interested architects that want to see this technology work and ask any questions on the webinar. So that is one campaign that we built, and we're constantly updating as well with some of the things that he's noticing using this. So what did we do here is we planned out kind of what the goals were. We then built this and we launched it. So that's the third, launched it, and now we're reviewing to make any other optimization. So this is kind of a great example to show you kind of how Infusionsoft Consulting works. And hopefully that gives you a good picture of an example of a case study here of how we can automate outbound or inbound marketing and sales campaigns for you inside your app. So hopefully you found that helpful and paints a little bit more of a picture of what we can do together. And if you have a question, if you have any questions, there's an opt-in kind of get started form on the page here for you to opt in and get started and start the process, so we can connect and start talking about kind of what you're looking to do and some of the problems you're trying to address in the next 3 to 6 months, or even you had to get done yesterday. So feel free to contact us, and we'll talk then. Sounds good. Talk to you then. Have a great one. Bye-bye.